Yo, what is up YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2019 Baek Battles. Today we are using the Xerndon team once again with Xerneas, Groudon, Tapu Koko, Volcorona, Amoonguss, and Incineroar. If you haven't checked out the previous episode, highly recommend go check it out. And yeah, the salt hasn't technically gone away yet from that last game, but you know, it is something I expect with, you know, Pokemon, and using Xerndon is literally, I don't expect a Graze RG, especially since I'm using decently low accurate moves. So yeah, of course we didn't miss any, but the crit didn't help. But yeah, otherwise 175 likes is the like goal for this video, especially if you do want to see this team on the global link. If you do want to try it out, 175 likes for this video and all the other videos we use this Xerndon team. Within 2 weeks of the final episode, we will have a QR code of this team on the global link for everyone to try out. Otherwise, if you do want to try out the team now, there's a placement in the description. So we got Poyo with 1881 rating for Japan. Oh, it's a mirror. It's a mirror. How do you play in a mirror? I've never played the mirror in my life. Okay, I'm guessing Volcorona is really good here. Volcorona is extremely good here. I think Xerneas Volcorona is like what you should always lead. I think you need Groudon because you kind of need to damage. Well, one, you need as a switch in, and two, you kind of need to hit the Incineroar. I think you always bring Xerneas, Groudon, Volcorona, and Incineroar. I never thought we would see the mirror match here, but yeah, we do have the mirror match, so should be exciting. I also don't know what the original sets of what I'm using are the original sets, so hopefully they are. We'll see how this goes. Always interesting to see a mirror match, especially since I would love to know what you're supposed to do in this matchup. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to lead Xerneas, Volcorona. And then I think you have to play a bunch of 50-50s because I feel like it's like, do you predict Groudon to come in, etc, etc. Oh, it's Volcorona and Incineroar, okay. Which isn't too bad. I feel like this is more beneficial, actually. Alright, are we gonna see Fake Out Tailwind? I kind of would expect Fake Out Tailwind here. I'm gonna go out into my own Incineroar and just protect. Because I don't want to take the Z right away. You might U-turn out. Like, a really good play from my opponent would be to U-turn out my Xerneas immediately. But I don't want to take the Z Overheat with my Xerneas if he's switching to Groudon. And getting Intimidated off into the opposing Incineroar without my Incineroar being intimidated is actually pretty nice. I could also Flare Blitz switch out to Groudon, which is actually really good here. So yeah, we got a few options. As we're getting Intimidated off into the Incineroar on my opponent's side, we're going to see the Incineroar retreat. So, Groudon? Yeah. Tailwind? Or are you going to go straight for the Z Overheat into a target? So we will protect our Volcorona. Let's see what you're going to go for. It's going to be, yep, the Z Overheat. Alright, so I don't think having Incineroar take the Z Overheat is bad at all because we get the damage we kind of wanted. So yeah, this works out fine. So we're going to see the Inferno Overdrive come out. It will target down my, assume it's my Incineroar. Yeah, perfect. So we get to keep Xerneas healthy. Wow, that did a lot. I didn't expect it to do that much even in the sun. Okay, Fake Out Tailwind doesn't seem like a bad play, and I think that is my play. So yeah, we'll Fake Out, we'll Tailwind here. I think Groudon should retreat, but even if it stays into Incineroar, but even if it stays in, like, as long as my opponent doesn't knock out the Volcorona, I'm in a pretty good position. Yeah, so we'll try this out. Hopefully we'll have enough firepower to win this endgame, as yeah, the Groudon retreats, Incineroar should be coming in, yeah. Because you don't want me to Z Overheat the Groudon because that'd be bad for you. So we're going to see the Incineroar come out, intimidate my team, and protect. Okay. I didn't want to risk my opponent going for the speed tying, going for the attack there. So that's the main reason why, is we do Fake Out here, and we will see a Tailwind come out for me. As now it's kind of interesting. I could go for a Snarl here. I could go for a Flare Blitz into the Volcorona. Here's the thing. My opponent could also go straight for the... I feel like a Fake Out Tailwind is good for my opponent's side, but I'm not sure if he'd go for it. I think I want to U-turn the Volcorona here. But I want to U-turn the Incin. I kind of rather U-turn the Incin, actually. Yeah, I'll U-turn the Incin. And go hard Groudon. I wonder if also if you hard Flare Blitz here, which actually, now that I think about it, hard Flare Blitz would actually be pretty bad for me. It wouldn't be the worst, but it's definitely not good for me. So we're going to just see Fake Out though, which is fine. Because you don't want to lose your Volcarona to an Overheat, which makes sense. We will U-turn out the Incin. And we could go out into our own Volcarona. We could go Xerneas here. I kind of want to go... It doesn't really matter, right? Because I'm probably just going to switch out the following turn. Let's go Xerneas here, I guess. Because if Xerneas comes out, you might be worried about me Geomancying here. We should see a Tailwind come out from my opponent. Yep. Okay. So now I can fire out Precipice Blades. The goal is to knock out the Volcarona while weakening my opponent's team, because if I can get Xerneas set up in a great position, I think that's the key here. Especially since my own Volcarona is going to do extremely well against my opponent's team. So I think I'm actually going to just swap out here, go out into my Incineroar here, especially since Overheat might be able to activate my Berry, which I'm hoping it does, because if I have my Berry on Incineroar, that's great. I'll have Fake Out pressure still. And yeah, I don't think Overheat should knock out the Groudon at the range I'm at. So yeah, let's see how this is going to go. As what are we going to see? We're going to see Incineroar actually retreat. So somebody's taking a Precipice Blades. Groudon, I'll take it. It's unfortunate I keep getting these Intimidates off at the wrong time. And we're going to see Overheat probably in the Volcarona attempting to knock it out. Or it's the Groudon, it looks like, yeah. Which is fine since I activate my Berry. And then I get to go for a Precipice Blades again. Like, weakening the Volcarona, putting it in range of Dazzling Gleam is super helpful here. So I'll gladly take this position. Precipice Blades does connect with both. That puts Volcarona in range of Dazzling Gleam and does some decent damage to the Groudon here, as we should just be able to Fake Out the Groudon and retreat our own Groudon. Into the Xerneas. Yeah, I like that play. Oh, wait. Volcarona didn't switch out. I was hoping my opponent would switch out Volcarona here. Groudon switches out in an instant? Oh, that's not good. Wait, I don't think Overheat would have been enough to knock out my, I don't think Overheat would have been enough to knock out my Xerneas, though. Oh, that's unfortunate. You get a Fake Out off, it's in an instant. I guess my opponent doesn't really want to lose to Groudon. Overheat. They shouldn't do too much. Oh boy, that did a lot more than I expected actually. Ooh boy. Sun fades, which is nice. The power is a lot less. Tailwind peters out. Oh. Volcarona should switch out now. Like, it really should switch out. I think I'm gonna go Groudon here and actually. Yeah, I'm going to go Groudon here. If Volcarona wants to Whirlwind, I think that's fine too. But yeah, I think you should always switch out Volcarona. Going to be the Groudon coming out. No surprise there. I really want the Geomancy up because I feel like if I can get the Geomancy up, I'm in a really solid position. Let's see if we can get it. As we'll see, Xert is a retreat here. Into the Groudon. Who do you Fake Out though is the question. Xerneas, I assume? No, you're gonna U-turn yourself. Okay. Activates my Berry. Perfect. Okay. Nice. This might come down to speed tie, and I'm gonna hate myself for this, but it might actually come down to speed tie, which is super frustrating, but I feel like it has to come down to this. Yeah, we're gonna see Volcarona. I have to U-turn out on my own Volcarona. Xerneas is not in that good of a spot. Yeah, this is still going to be very frustrating of an endgame, I could tell. Because it's going to come down to a speed tie. I mean, most mirrors do work this way, but this is still very frustrating. We'll go Volcarona here. Tailwind peters out from my opponent's side. I really want to Z Overheat the Groudon. I feel like you might not attack with Groudon though. I feel like maybe Tailwind's better. Maybe Tailwind is better because a single target blaze from a bulky ground wouldn't knock me out regardless. And I feel like your Volcorona could go for Tailwind here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to Precipice Blades and Tailwind because it's going to come down to speed tie anyway. Well, I wanted to speed tie, so I could have literally just knocked out something. But that's unfortunate. I could have knocked out the Groudon. But it looks like we both Tailwind, so it didn't matter. But at least we're able to knock out Volcorona, which is actually huge. Yeah, it's Precipice Blade, so that shouldn't knock out either one of my Pokemon. Oh, perfect, perfect. This is a good position. This is a wonderful position, actually. If we get Precipice Blades off, we'll be able to knock out the Volcorona. And yeah, this isn't a bad spot at all now. We're gonna see the Xerneas come in. We should see Xerneas come in. Oh, Incineroar actually come. Incineroar is an interesting one. I could switch out here. I could switch out, go into... Yeah, I could just protect you, I think. And go Incin. I could sack Incin. Actually, you should fake out my Volcorona always. I'm actually going to go for Precipice Blades, because if you don't knock out my Incin, this is actually pretty big. Because we get damage on an Incineroar to put in Moonblast range, which would be pretty good for me. So let's see what you're going to do. Do I Groudon Speed Tie? I think they do. You get Precipice Blades off. Good damage into Groudon and Incineroar. U-turn going to come out. Okay. Wait, Ancin's fast. We both set up Tailwind, so we should be at the exact same speed. Wait, does his Incineroar and Groudon Speed Tie number 1? Xerneas gonna come out, which is fine. And what does the Groudon do? Roar! Oh, my opponent wants to set up Geomancy. Oh, my opponent's like, I'm gonna set up Geomancy before you do. Oh, shoot. That's not good with our position, because we're in a very awkward spot. I didn't know it was Roar Groudon. I thought it was Swords Dance. Because this makes it so awkward now. That was a very nice play on my opponent's part. I think we have to Gleam here. And Precipice Blades. I need Gleam to knock out the Groudon at this range. I need Precipice Blades for damage. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Because if I knock out Groudon, I get damage on the Xerneas, and then I gotta hope that Volcorona can get a Tailwind up. Okay, I was just about to say that. Should knock out Groudon. I thought it lived with a sliver. Oh, wait, my opponent's going for Gleam himself. First off, why didn't you go for Geomancy there? I couldn't knock out your Xerneas with a Moonblast and a -1 Precipice Blades. That might be the biggest mess up I've seen. Do I go Volcorona here? Or do I go Incin? Because Incin's... You know what? I go Volcorona here, actually. I always go Volcorona. The problem is my opponent's Incineroar is very healthy. So we're going to see the Incineroar come out. Oh wait, it's not healthy anymore, right? Still a very awkward spot. Here's the thing, I can't let my opponent... How many turns does Sun are left? That's an important question. Oh, there's last turn of Sun. This is not good at all. I'm gonna Moonblast and Z Overheat. Cause there's a lot I want to say here, but here's the thing, right? You're gonna fake out one. I think it's gonna be Volcorona always. Here's the question: do you Gleam or do you Geomancy? Because if you Geomancy, I still have a chance. I still have a chance if you Geomancy. Yeah, you Geomancy. Now I have to play two 50-50s. Okay. Two 50-50s time. Alright, the two 50-50s are... Here's Dazzle and Gleam should be coming out. If you don't Dazzling Gleam, I'm gonna Okay, what I'm gonna do is Geomancy Protect here. Because if you Geomancy, I mean not Geomancy. Yeah, I'm gonna Geomancy Protect because if you go for Dazzling Gleam, I got free switch out into Instant and I get to Tailwind. And there's a win con because I need to attack into the Xerneas in order for the chance to win. And if you go for something else, I still have a shot. So let's see here. You protect, Dazzling Gleam. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Xerneas goes down. We go out in Incin. We fake out Tailwind. Then we can Z move to Xerneas. Yeah, okay. We fake out Tailwind, which is the play here. Basically, I'm trying to get myself in a position where Gleam doesn't knock out Incineroar Flare Blitz into... Oh, I don't agree with the Protect here. I think you should protect the following turn because now I can see Overheat and Flare Blitz, and if Gleam doesn't knock out my instant, I just win the game. Okay. Because this is the play. Flare Blitz into Z. Always. Yeah, so... If you Moonblast my instant, you have to either hope for Overheat miss or you have to hope for a double protect afterward. So this is my best shot at winning this game. This is literally my best shot at winning this game. The reason why I've set my position, like the reason why I went for these plays is the position, like this is the position where I want it in case my opponent ever Geomancy'd in the end game, because this allows me to knock out the Xerneas now, which is what I'm okay with. Oh boy, this is gonna be close. Z Overheat. I also gotta hope that Z Overheat into regular Overheat will knock out Xerneas, but I feel like it should. It's not exactly a weak Z move either, and Overheat's a strong move. And it really depends on how bulky this Xerneas is or not. So Z Overheat into the Xerneas. Yeah, Overheat should knock out. Moonblast is gonna come out, so it's targeting instant. Yeah, 100%. You're gonna go for the one that gives you the most odds. Yeah, because you don't risk Gleam. You don't go for Gleam crit, and also Gleam probably wouldn't knock out instant at that range. So we gotta hope for no double protect or a miss. It's basically what we gotta go for, and this is the best shot that I had at winning this game because every other play I saw myself was like I probably lose on a read, while this gives me outs. So let's see. Can we pull this off? Can we pull out the mirror match I've never played before? There's no play, just go for 2 protects in a row. I have nothing that can punish it. Yeah. You go for 2 protects. Please, please, Volcorona, hit this dang Overheat. This is a really long game too. I didn't realize the mirror was going to play this long with the offensive team. Hit. Let's go! Alright, able to pull out the win. Oh. Let's go. Let's go. So, me being able to waste the opponent's Z move, I think was like super helpful in the beginning. Like, I really want to try to explain my thought process, but we were like so many turns where I was like, I was thinking about it too much. Like, basically what I had to do was prevent Xerneas from setting up, or if I allowed Xerneas to set up, I need a position where I could get Volcorona into Tailwind. And that's why I'm really surprised my opponent actually went for the protect play that turn, because I think the fake out damage was super insignificant. Because I don't think the fake out damage would have knocked it out to where Z move knocked it out, which is why I think that was a huge mistake. Because I think what my opponent should have done, I guess maybe my opponent was thinking of me going for the Z Overheat that turn, but I feel like that doesn't make sense. Like, Tailwind gets me so much more beneficially. So I thought my opponent was like, okay, I'll take the fake out damage, then I can protect the first turn, then I can Moonblast the following turn. And yeah, I think that was actually just a mess up for my opponent. Like, the thing is, what I had to do basically was I would have had to read when my opponent would, like, if you went for, okay, let's say my opponent didn't protect that one turn with Xerneas when I faked out Tailwind. Here's the position that was really catching me off guard because of that protect. I thought he would attack there, so Then I thought you were gonna go for a Geo. Then I thought you would protect the following turn because you get 2 protects to sell out of Tailwind, so I only get 1 attack with Volcorona. You can Moonblast the Incineroar during the second turn of Tailwind, knock it out, and then you could finish off my Volcorona. Like what I would have had to. Would I have an out actually that way? No, I wouldn't have had an out that way. I think. Unless the Overheat does KO, because I was thinking what I had to do was actually Overheat the Xerneas on the protect turn 1, then go for the Z move turn 2. Yeah, I wouldn't have been an out actually because he could just Moonblast. I'm actually really surprised. Well, we were able to pull out the win anyway. I think it was just my opponent at the end. I really think you could have just won if you didn't protect that 1 turn. Yeah. I thought my game plan was solid too, but I didn't account for the Moonblast play into the Incineroar because I thought my opponent would have had to go for Gleam. The Moonblast play would have probably actually screwed me over, so maybe there was a better way to think about that game. Either way, it was a play I had to go for because that play late gave me the out because I would probably have to go for a crit at that rate. But it gave me multiple opportunities to attack, which was the important part. And I didn't have to, because if I didn't go for that immediately, like my opponent could have just went for Gleam the following turn. Because if I Z-moved right there on the turn that the Xerneas did protect, the one where I fake out Tailwind, I just lose. Unless I crit. I just lose, because then you could just Moonblast the, you could just lay do the same thing, but I don't have a chance at all. So yeah. Luckily we were still able to pull it through, but man, that was close. That was close. I should probably think better because I think there were a few turns I could have probably capitalized a bit more. Like the only reason I didn't want to go for the turns we traded Tailwind, Volcorona, the reason we didn't want to attack each other is because we didn't want to give our opponents free positioning with Incin next to Xerneas and Geomancy, especially since my opponent's Volcorona was super low at that point. I'm also really surprised because like I could have got that knockout onto Volcorona with the Groudon because I don't think the Overheat would have done enough to my Groudon at the range I was at, and I'm pretty sure I would have been able to get Precipice Blade, so I probably could have done that. Even if it meant Xerneas coming in, I felt like I was in a fine position anyway. And if I got rid of the Volcorona on my opponent's side, I think that would have been more, a lot bigger. But yeah, definitely a few turns I probably could have looked over in that match. But yeah, I did bring the right Pokemon. I think it's the only Pokemon you could bring. I don't think you can afford to bring Tapu Koko or the Amoonguss in that game. So yeah, I'm going to have to look back at it. But it's taking a while to find our next game. So we'll be right back with the next game of today's episode. Alright, we got an opponent from Russia as our next opponent with, oh boy, this does not look fun. Toxicroak, Lunala, Incineroar, Serena, Kyogre, plus the Kartana. This does not look fun. I guess it's fine because I could lead Xerneas plus Amoonguss. I definitely bring Incin and Groudon in the bag. Volcorona's not bad though, technically. Because I can match Tailwind, but how important is it to match Tailwind compared to Intimidate? I don't think very much. Yeah, and I also have a Fake Out Pressure isn't really that good, but Intimidate is really good against my opponent's team because you got 4 physical attackers, and I wall Lunala with Incin. Yeah, it's worth bringing Incin. Because playing defensive is going to be pretty good and stalling out turns against the Toxicroak. Toxicroak wouldn't even be brought here, would it? What should be brought here? Kyogre, Lunala, Incineroar probably. Serena? Maybe Kartana. I could see Kartana. My opponent actually leads the... Okay, I did not expect my opponent to actually lead this. This works out fine though. I get to Spore here. I get to click Spore. And I get to go into Groudon. Because I'm not risking Faint Water Spout. I'd rather take the damage of Groudon. Yeah, so we'll go Groudon here. Groudon's very expendable in this matchup. And we'll go for the Spore. Into the Kyogre. Because helping out Water Spout won't knock me out. You can go for Water Spout Power Up, but then I just get a free opportunity to go back into Xerneas. Click Clear Smog into the Serena or Spore the Kyogre slot in Geomancy. Like, I'd be in a really good position. So either way, I think I'm okay in this spot. Like, this position's alright. Not the best, not the worst. Definitely doable. Let's see what my opponent does. You might switch out Kyogre, which is fine. Maybe Kartana comes out if you have it. Toxicroak, okay. Not a Pokemon I expected here. Works out fine for me though. Ooh, you probably power. Did you power up or did you U-turn? I think that's the main question I have. Alright, so we see Toxicroak. No Lunala or no Incin? Because both are what I expected here. Is a power up, which is a good play on my opponent's side. And a Groudon. That knocked out? Life Orb? Yeah, no way it was doing that much. Get a Spore off. Alright, not too bad. Dry skin, so the Toxicroak is taking bits of chip damage every turn. We're gonna go Xerneas here. We're gonna Geomancy and switch to Incin, I think. Yeah, Geomancy, switch to Incin. I'm probably gonna have to rely on the roll against Kyogre with Moonblast to knock out the Scarf Kyogre if there's a double for Toxicroak, which Toxicroak should retreat into, I think, the Kyogre here. Well, I guess Serena could also double out here, but I mean, I could see both, but no double outs. Okay, so I get Incineroar in, I get Intimidate off, which is really good here. I'm probably gonna have to rely on a Sleep Turn though, which doesn't make me feel good, but yeah, that's probably what I have to do. As we're gonna see the what? Oh, it goes for Faint? Why? Why not just Power Whip right there? Well, we Geomancy up. Not sure about that play. At all. Not really sure about that at all, actually. We get Geomancy up. We're in a good position now. We're gonna have to rely on a lot on the Xerneas, but we should be okay here. I'll probably just Moonblast the Toxicroak, and then the question is, what do I want to do with the, what do I want to do here? I mean, Gleam might not be a bad play, because I knock out the Serena, probably. I just don't think I knock out Toxicroak if it's Assault Vest, so I don't think it's worth it, actually. I'm gonna go for Moonblast here, and do I go for Flare Blitz, U-turn, or Snarl? I kind of want a U-turn. Yeah, I kind of want a U-turn. But Flare Blitz would knock out the Serena. It would do enough damage to... I just don't want to give my opponent free switch into Kyogre plus the Lunala, because I think that screws me over. I'm going to U-turn. Moonblast into the Toxicroak. No switch out from the Serena, which is fine. We knock out the Toxicroak there. And high jump kick, actually. Wow, turning down the Incin. Okay. Almost gets me because it's a Life Orb. But we will be able to eat our berry. Now we get to go for Gleam. Yeah, it's not a bad position. We get U-turn off. We get to click Gleam the following turn. Yeah, it's not too bad. We'll go Amoonguss here. Well, we have to go Amoonguss, but now we can probably just Spore the whatever's coming in. It's Kyogre. I just get to click Gleam into a Grass Knot, I think, because I don't think Helping Hand Origin Pulse knocks out the Xerneas at the range I'm at. Gleam's gonna knock out the Serena. Also weaken the power of Water Spot to where it can't do enough to destroy me. We're gonna see Lunala come out, which is no surprise. Probably attempting to go for Tailwind, but that's alright. We'll go for Gleam. We'll go for Spore. Yeah, Helping Hand Psyshock won't knock out my Xerneas or my Amoonguss either. Unless it's Specs. I don't think Specs would actually knock out my Xerneas. We're going to see a faint attempt into the Xerneas just to get some extra chip before it goes down. As we will go for the Gleam. How much is it going to do? Good damage. Z-move going to come out. Okay. It's really going to come down to who this targets, but even then, it should be Scarf Kyogre on this team, so I should be able to just... And I get Spore off another Lunala regardless, I can just double up the Kyogre. So who are you targeting? Probably my Xerneas, I'd assume, if you went for the feint, yeah. Alright, we should be good. As long as this doesn't crit. Actually, even if it crits, I might still be able to win. Let's not make this as difficult though. Okay, nice. Get Spore off into the Lunala. Kyogre is gonna come out. It probably locks itself into Origin Pulse. I can Moonblast the Lunala, I guess. Yeah, we're fine. Because Amoonguss is healthy, yeah, it's literally at full. So I'm gonna Moonblast and knock out the Lunala and just go for the Spore into the Kyogre. Because I feel like that this is the best play possible, because like a crit Water Spout still won't knock out Amoonguss unless it's Specs, I guess, but then I would have to lose. I don't think it's Specs Kyogre, I think it should be Scarf. Origin Pulse, yeah, you can't lock yourself in a Water Spout if I Gleamed or Moonblasted the Kyogre, so we are gonna see the Origin Pulse, which is fine. Doesn't do that much to my Amoonguss, and now I get to go for Grass Knot Snarl the following turn. So yeah, this is the position where I wanted because I was able to Spore the Lunala. I was able to get in the position where I was able to knock out the Lunala. I'm able to go for the Incin here. The power my opponent going for a feint instead of that power at one turn definitely I think costed my opponent the game. But I think I could have still won regardless. So now I'll go for Snarl and Grass Knot into Kyogre. We get the damage. Because I think I would have still been fine regardless. Kyogre still fast asleep. As we'll go for the Snarl just to lower the special attack just in case. No reason to fake out because like it doesn't really gain me too much. And Snarl gains me a lot more from here. As here comes a Grass Knot. Yeah, it's a 2-hit KO. And we'll go for the same things again. Snarl or Grass Knot, and that should be a good game to my opponent. As stays asleep. Create Origin Pulse when to knock out Amoonguss, I guess regardless. Like Amoonguss just won this game. My opponent didn't get enough chip into the Amoonguss, which was nice, as we will be able to pick up the KO with the Grass Knot. Oh, we missed Snarl, I think. Oh well. Luckily it didn't matter in that position, but we are able to pick up a win, which is really nice. I think just being able to get the Spore off immediately, because my opponent like Kyogre Serena, which I didn't think was a good lead, but man, I did expect Life Orb Power to actually knock out the Groudon immediately. If I was just going to be like a Berry Serena, but yeah, Life Orb actually able to pick up the knock on the Groudon, which made it a bit more interesting because then, yeah, I had to worry about that threat, but luckily we were still able to pull through. Luckily, we just put ourselves in a position where Xerneas was able to set up, and my opponent really couldn't do much about it. And yeah, Xerneas was able to clean up with its partners Incineroar and Amoonguss in the back. So, hope that everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2019 Baek Battles. If you did enjoy, please leave a like down below, show support, as well as you can check out my other stuff in the description down below, such as my social media, side series on the channel, and all that other good stuff, which will be linked down below. If you do want to go and support this channel by going an extra mile, there is a Patreon page linked down below, as well as you can leave a like on the video, you can leave a comment down below, and yeah, if you can also share this video with your friends. Otherwise, thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day, people. Until we battle again, I'll catch y'all later.